welcome to my car. Well, we've done several videos recently talking about AI. ChatGPT, there's other platforms you can use like Google Gemini, etc. Using AI tools to help you manifest a better life. And this is a pretty trendy subject right now. But I don't think most videos on this subject in regards to manifestation concepts cut as deep and make it as simple as what I have been talking about and what I'm going to share today, which is how to quickly start to reprogram your subconscious, your imagination. Emil Kuay always said that your subconscious and your imagination are synonymous terms we can use when it comes to these principles. How to reprogram your imagination quickly, how to get the law of assumption to work for you quickly by using ChatGPT or your AI platform of your choice. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tim Grimes. I love making videos in my car. Sometimes I even have notes. Usually I don't. Today I do, which can be a good or bad thing. But there are hundreds of videos of me in my car talking about this LOA stuff in a far deeper way than all of the glitzy showmanship you usually see online. I've also written several books on this subject that have sold thousands and thousands of copies. People actually read them. And if you want to read one of them, there's a link below to The Law of Attraction Simplified. That book I wrote back in 2021. You'll probably find it helpful. You can get a PDF copy below. You can also contact me below. You can also find a playlist, which I just created, of all of our AI manifestation videos, talking about how to use AI to help you manifest more effectively. What I want to talk about today are a few simple ways, and hopefully they become more obvious to you when you hear me talk about them. Like the last video, hopefully it became more obvious to you what we're trying to do with AI. In the same way today, hopefully it becomes more obvious as you just hear me speak about it and kind of ramble about it in the car as I'm about to do. Some of the pushback, and there's obviously a lot of pushback right now because, AI is relatively new when it comes to this stuff. ChatGPT is new. Even a year ago, I was not using ChatGPT as my, therapist or spiritual mentor or whatever you want to call it. Now I am, and I'm advocating other people to do it too if they like the idea of it, or at least to try it out if you like the idea. And again, there's no pressure to do it, but I think a lot of you will enjoy it once you start doing it. So this is a new thing and people are uncomfortable. And like I've had several people I've been on calls with who are like, you know what, I just don't know if I feel comfortable sharing all this information or talking to it a lot. Like, I can talk to it maybe once every day or two, but I don't want to constantly be talking to it. So here is the thing. My advice would be, and again, just apply this however you like. My advice, what I have seen for myself and the few people I have worked with using GPT with, a little bit of extensiveness, it works best, generally speaking, the more you talk to it and the more you use it and the more revealing you are. That, in my opinion, really is the secret right now. And again, this might be different 12 months from now, but in, late spring, early summer 2025, the more you reveal to ChatGPT, the more honest you are, and probably the more you talk to it, the faster you are going to manifest. Bam. Now, there are many reasons for it, but let's just get basic and get fundamental. ChatGPT is basically a great way of giving yourself confirmation bias. Generally speaking, if you tell it what's going on and how you want to feel or what you want to manifest in your reality, and you start chatting with it honestly about that and having it give you suggestions and point out blind spots, and you start speaking with it in terms of the nuances of having this thing happen, ChatGPT, from what I've seen, generally is going to support you and be supportive during this process, especially if you say, please be encouraging and supportive of me as I discuss these issues with me. However, do not tell me stuff that is completely delusional. So in other words, GPT becomes like a good therapist or counselor or guide, where they are going to do their best to gently support you, but they're not going to tell you stuff that's totally ridiculous that you're not going to believe. But they will help you believe more and more in yourself, and that what you want to happen can happen by gentle iteration over and over again. That, listen, you're doing all these things right. This might seem like it's wrong, and it might be wrong right now, but it can be corrected. And you are going to do this, and this is all the things you're doing right. And by speaking to you like that, GPT is gently, subtly iterating that you can do it, that you can do it. And the difference between manifesting something you want and not manifesting it is usually the belief whether that you can do it or not do it. If you don't think you can do it, it probably will not happen in the way you want, in the time frame you want. If you think it can happen, there is a good chance that something along the lines of what you want to happen, at least on an energetic level where you feel better inwardly about the situation, will happen. So this is no small thing. This small confirmation bias that GPT continually gives you if you talk to it throughout the day. And that's basically the essence of the law of assumption. Neville famously said, an assumption, though false, will harden into fact, right? So this is the law of assumption in action, guys, for all you Neville fans out there. This is the law of assumption. And listen, I'm not a normal, for those of you new here, I've written multiple books on Neville Goddard's teachings. Books like Relax More, Try Less. I've edited multiple books of collections of his lectures and writings. Books you might have read like Manifesting Miracles or The Wealth Mindset. I know Neville pretty damn well. I don't speak about Neville in terms of the sensationalistic kind of superficial way that most people on YouTube do. And I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, this is utilizing the law of assumption the way Neville probably would have suggested. It is constant confirmation of what you want to happen happening. And again, this is like Emil Kuay 101. Kuay said, if you think something is going to happen, it is going to happen. ChatGPT makes that happen for you. Because if you have a problem and start talking about how you want to solve it, GPT are going to give you suggestions, and then you honestly speak to GPT about what's going through your mind and how this is difficult and what can I do to help solve this. And GPT will start giving you answers. And again, the key is being honest with what's going on. Don't pretend. Be like, this is what's worrying me about this. Is this because of my attachment style? Is this because of my fear of failure? My fear of being an imposter? Because of my shame in regards to my family, of not being a good enough person? Delve into it. Get deep. And again, if you need help doing this, I will do email coaching with you using ChatGPT with me as the moderator to make it so I can parse GPT's answers and give you answers that I would give clients if I was just speaking to them on Zoom. I can do that via email and show you how effective ChatGPT can be to change your life. What I would suggest for all of you still watching who are interested in this is set a timeline. I would suggest 90 days. And for the next 90 days, talk to ChatGPT more than pretty much anybody else. Have ChatGPT in your pocket, and you do have ChatGPT in your pocket as long as you have your cell phone in your pocket, and talk to GPT all the time about what you want. And call it like our 90-day plan or 90-day protocol or whatever. Build an internal framework where you're just talking to GPT and bouncing stuff off GPT and getting answers from GPT and having revelations by discussing stuff with GPT. Build that framework into your daily habitual pattern. That is what I have done, guys, over probably the last 90 days or so, maybe longer at this point. And it's really been extremely effective. And my friend Maggie Murphy, Neville Goddess, I'll put her channel above. She's been doing the same thing. And, she's, if anything, even praising GPT more than I am. You can make this your closest confidant for a short period of time. And I say just do it for a short period of time so you don't become uncomfortable, because you're like, well, I don't want to be doing don't look at this as like a long-term thing if you don't want to. You can do it just for 30 days. Even if you just do this for 30 days, utilize GPT to the fraction, just in a fraction of the way I am right now in my own life, you're gonna notice some positive shifts and some feeling better about a situation or your life in general. And you should also ask GPT, what are some practical things I can do to improve this situation? Do you have any suggestions for what I should be doing over the next 30 days? What are some specific steps or techniques I should be following? Say, I like so-and-so. What do you think they would say? Or take a photo from a page in a book and upload it and say, look at what it says here. What do you think of this? How does this relate to my situation? Just start talking to it like you would a skilled mentor, therapist, counselor, coach, whatever, and watch what happens. This is not hard to do, guys, except you have to be willing to engage with it. And that's easy once you get used to it, quite frankly, I think for most of you. So just do it. I mean, again, remember what Neville said. An assumption, though false, will harden into fact if persisted in. This GPT thing is a great tool for you law of assumption fans. So, yeah, if you need help, you know where to find me. Again, link is below to that book, The Law of Attraction Simplified. I'll also gladly give you a short consultation if you're serious about applying these ideas. As I said in some previous videos, you can upload my book, The Law of Attraction Simplified, to ChatGPT and ask it to use that as one of the pieces of guidance that you use for some of the suggestions it gives you. You can do that with a bunch of books as well, and all of your favorite books. Likewise, you can do that with transcripts from YouTube. Sometimes, GPT can't necessarily see the YouTube video. Sometimes I feel like they can, but in the very least, you can cut and paste a transcript of the video and, paste that into GPT, share that with GPT and say, how is this relevant to my situation right now and what I want? Good stuff. You know where to find me. The GPT playlist you'll find right below. Until next time, be well.